flickering candlelight cast long shadows across the cold stone walls of a London cellar. The muffled clink of iron and the faint rustle of paper echo as unseen hands move barrels of black powder. In the dead of night, beneath the very halls where kings and nobles would meet, a plot was brewing, one that could have changed the course of English history forever. On November 5th, 1605, a group of men, driven by desperation, faith, and fanaticism, planned to destroy the heart of England itself. They called themselves patriots of their religion. The crown called them traitors, and the world would remember them as the conspirators of the Gunpowder Plot. England in 1605 was a land divided. Protestant kings ruled the throne, yet a silent, simmering Catholic minority prayed in secret, fearful of prosecution. The new king, James I, had promised tolerance to Catholics upon his ascension in 1603. But those promises were quickly broken. The persecution was subtle but deadly. Fines, imprisonment, exclusion from public office, and suspicion at every corner. Faith became a dangerous cloak, one that had to be hidden beneath the outward appearance of loyalty. For many, hope turned to despair, and despair to action. King James would later proclaim, "I will not suffer any rebellion in my realm, nor will I allow my subjects to break the law under the guise of religion." His words echoed through the streets, a chilling reminder that dissent would not be tolerated. Out of the shadows came Robert Catesby, charismatic, devout, and utterly determined. He gathered a small circle of loyal men, each haunted by their own grievances, each convinced that only radical action could save their faith. Among them were Thomas Wintour, Thomas Percy, John Wright, and the man who would become infamous, Guy Fawkes, a soldier with experience in foreign wars and explosives. Together, they swore an oath, bound by secrecy, and committed themselves to a cause that would mark them forever. Catesby is said to have whispered to his followers, "We must strike at the heart of tyranny, or all is lost. Let the powder speak for us." By May of 1605, the plot was underway. 36 barrels of gunpowder were secretly stockpiled beneath the House of Lords. Every detail was carefully calculated. The timing, the placement, the escape. If executed, the explosion would have killed the king, his family, and the Protestant nobility in one fiery blast. Fawkes later admitted in his confession, "I was placed there to ensure the powder did not fail. I would have seen the king and all assembled perish in fire." But even the most meticulous plans can unravel. An anonymous letter warning Lord Monteagle to avoid Parliament reached the authorities in early November. Whether sent by a conspirator with second thoughts or a cautious insider, the letter would be the thread that unraveled the entire plot. On the night of November 4th, the authorities descended upon the cellar. Guy Fawkes, torch in hand, was discovered beside the barrels of death. There was no escape, no trick left to play. Fawkes was taken to the Tower of London and tortured, a practice sanctioned by the Crown to extract information. Under the strain, he revealed the names of his co-conspirators, one by one. The men who had sworn their lives to this plot were hunted down, killed, or captured. Fawkes admitted, "I am guiltless of any treason, but by the oath I took with these men, we believe we acted for the true faith." Robert Catesby and the remaining conspirators fled into the Midlands, but their freedom was short-lived. A shootout at Holbish House left Catesby dead, others captured. Trials followed, and the punishment was severe: hanging, drawing, and quartering. England's message was clear: treason would be met with fire and steel. During the trials, one conspirator is recorded to have said, "If we die, our faith will remain, and our story will haunt this land." Though the plot failed, the memory of Guy Fawkes and his fellow conspirators lives on. Each November 5th, England remembers. Bonfires blaze, fireworks crackle, and effigies of Fawkes burn in the night. The Gunpowder Plot is more than history. It is a warning. Power, faith, and desperation can create shadows that stretch for centuries. King James once said, "Thus shall all conspiracies of wicked men be brought to light, and their shadows shall be scattered by the hand of justice." The Gunpowder Plot reminds us that history is not just the story of kings and battles, but of shadows beneath the halls of power. A single spark could have rewritten England forever. And while the flames never consume the palace, the story endures, whispering through centuries of faith, fear, and rebellion. So remember the darkness beneath London. And if you found yourself enthralled by the tale of Guy Fawkes and his conspirators, subscribe, like, and share, so that the shadows of history continue to haunt those willing to listen.